Well, it appears that Angelina Jolie just had another operation for prevention of future cancer. I guess you would call it that. She had her ovaries removed and her fallopian tubes. She said that her previously she lost her mother, grandmother, and aunt to cancer. But I can tell you this: you probably should put this out as more as a personal experience because I had a lot of people in my family lost to cancer because of I don't know. I guess maybe it was the medical treatments out there too. You know, the type of chemo and radiation, it really knocked them down a lot faster. But people in my family that did not take those type of treatments and went natural treatments. Actually, one of my cousins who's now working with American Indians, she's doing extremely well. Supposedly, boy, she was going to be dead already. You know, she's using shaga, who's one of the herbs. I don't know what the hell herbs they were using, but they're American Indians that were using the herbs. It seems like they knew a lot of different things. But you know, I put out some other videos about how some of the best people, well, I don't know. Well, Angelina Jolie is a bright actress, but what I was saying is that a lot of times people, when they get a lot of money, they seem to get surrounded by what I call them the big bucks professional bullshit artist. And she pretty much, I think, in my opinion, she got taken advantage by them. I cannot flat out prove that, some of these other alternative methods I talk about that could probably get rid of cancer, in my opinion, and also not just my opinion, but there's other people around. Actually, one of the most famous people was Hulda Clark. This was a little reference out of her book, talking about parasites, but also parasites actually carry the cancer virus and other viruses around throughout the body. That's even one of those theories of hers. I don't think it's really a theory, but a lot of times when there's malignant cancers, they're carried around the body by other larger parasites that are the smaller cancer virus thrives in and on the outside of those other parasites, carries them throughout the body. So when you get rid of these larger parasites first, it lessens your chance of cancer being spread throughout the body. But she uses a type of frequency generator with positive offset, and the positive offset can also, for a time, very important phrase, turn your white blood cells into super white blood cells. Because actually, well, I don't want to get into all that type of stuff because I did go over this many videos before, but what happens is the electricity that's positive actually supercharges the body, and the parasites and viri are oppositely charged. It shorts them out, so according to the theory. But she actually had these operations not because she had cancer, but because she had a supposed risk of cancer. So she had her breasts removed prior, and now recently she's had her ovaries removed. I'm thinking, wow. I'm definitely. I think of her as a victim. I'm not even. I'm not like. I don't even know what movie she made. To tell you the truth, I'm not a fan of Hollywood or anything like that. I just saw this story and I just looked at it from a medical standpoint. And I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you there's people in my family that are medical, and there's people I'm around that are medical that run alternative clinics and are medically qualified. There's a lot of stuff out there. That it's a lot of medicine is a big buck sales pitch, and sometimes the simplest things from nature are pretty damn effective. Although in the alternative, quote unquote, medicine world, there's a lot of exaggerations too. But I do know the baking soda treatments does seem to work very well. Actually, that was one thing my mom's been doing for a long time. She's a registered nurse. She worked in intensive care. She's got a degree in nursing, and also worked 15 years investigating doctors who will greatly bill patients for work that's never been done. It's been found there's a lot of medical insurance fraud out there left and right. But even when they bill them for work that's been done, maybe it's not work that needs to be done. So she's the only one that actually hasn't had cancers or any medical problems in my family. So she does the baking soda water since she was 17 years old. And I know I got idiots on the internet arguing with me about this left and right, but I'm not going to freaking get into that garbage because there is no definitive proof, and there's no definitive proof. Well, there's absolutely far more definitive proof that chemotherapy and radiation therapy kills people. there's far more definitive proof that they do more harm than good. Now, I also want to point out something else I put out recently here. It was about the Parazapper My Plus. Basically, this is a very portable frequency generator. I don't sell the device, and I have nothing to do with selling a device or anything, but I thought it was the best idea going. It's highly accurate. I just proved it was highly accurate yesterday with a Leader LDC 822 frequency counter, and it does use all the theories that are present in the alternative world to treat the body with frequencies, and they're all at that positive offset that Hulda Clark talks about. But compared to what the money the doctors probably got from Angelina Jolie for her medical bills, this device is probably like the cost of a hello, how are you charge, you know. But they don't like that. They don't like that. I can tell you that right now. I also put out previously about things about the Spooky 2, and I thought this is one of my most interesting theories and videos, because actually, you know, it may be, well, it's a theory, we'll put it that way. It may actually knock out every STD on the planet for all I know. It could. The way I'm looking at it is because some of the experiments I did on cat fleas seem to work. The quantum entanglement principle being used in the Möbius coil seemed to work very well. Maybe the same principle can actually work with STDs, besides cancer, besides other ailments. I know one thing, people will be interested in that's for sure. But another thing that's been known for a long time is about vitamin C. Massive, massive doses of vitamin C are one of the most stalwart things that use against cancer and STDs. May not be a cure, but the thing is, it's massive doses, and actually massive doses by a doctor intravenously would be best, because you really can't take massive doses orally enough to maybe have the effect that you want it to have, but that could be a very inexpensive solution to cancers, STDs, rather, and other diseases out there on the planet. But the thing is, it's cheap. It's cheap. Put another video out on this. Now, I am very curious about this because, well, actually, I'll tell you the truth. You know, a lot of times we think about cancer as, you know, just something you get from foods or whatever it is. Cancer actually could be an STD. A lot of people don't think of that. It's not classified as an STD, but cancer can be spread through sexual contact because of parasites. And also, Lyme disease could actually, now they're finding out that it could actually be spread by sexual contact, believe it or not. Now, I'm not implying that, you know, Angelina Jolie has sexual contact and that's causing her to possibly have, you know, other than with Brad. I'm just saying that that's a you know, that's one of these major concerns on the common person's mind about, you know, cancer, STDs, and all this type of stuff. And you know, they see this major media story with Angelina Jolie having these operations, and I know it's on her mind about, you know, what about me? What about this? And maybe should I do that? Well, do whatever you want. That's the way I look at it. You know, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything, but I know from my personal research, I know that if I was her, I would have definitely not took that approach, and I would have been vehemently pissed off at those doctors for even suggesting it. But that's just my opinion. So, but anyway, I'm going to continue to put out other things with Putin the cat here. That's me with my doing my selfie with with Putin the cat, because Putin the cat is always going to keep watch over all of us. He's the cat that's watching over the planet. He's watching over the medical world. He's going to pass judgment on him, and he's wise and he's all-knowing. So, you know, we might not get the answers right away, but we will get the answers eventually. And when we get the answers eventually, they're going to be absolutely correct. So, you know, I did put out, actually with cancer or STDs or any disease out there, if there's three simple things to remember is massive doses of vitamin C, the Spooky 2 Rife machine with the remote, and a Parazapper My Plus that has 122 accurate frequencies, all at positive offset per Hulda Clark, and great nutrition and some baking soda. If you want to keep it simple, that's probably your best catch-all thing to do, because actually she did not have cancer. She only had what they called, she possibly was in a risk group. So she had her best breast removed, I think it was over a year ago. Now she's had her ovaries removed. And I'm like, wow. What are they going to convince her of next? I know she's, but I just don't want to comment more on this because it's really kind of pissing me off. It's like, I'm not, like I said, I don't really follow her movies. I don't really know what she's doing. I'm not one of these people that follow the tabloids or actually follow anything that's going on in Hollywood. I just noticed this story, and I says, wow, I couldn't believe this. And it's not a surgery to correct something. It's a preventive surgery to reduce her risk for possible ovarian cancer that she might get in the future because there's possibly some signals of pre-cancer that turned up in a routine scan. I don't know what the hell they mean by that. Like, I really don't care what they mean by that because I really don't believe that 99% of what they tell me. I found out from personal experience that they killed enough people that with sweet talk and billings and everything else, I just hope she has no problems in the future due to plastic implants or whatever else is going on. So, I don't know, I guess not. But, I doubt she'd ever have a problem in a million years anyway because being that she has the money to buy all the best organic foods and, eat healthy, take the best organic supplements, I doubt if she's ever going to have a problem. She's probably going to be around like with triple digits for all I know, right? She'll be the 100-something-year-old Angelina Jolie. She might pass some of the Chinese herbalists for all I know. But God, I can't believe this. Ugh. I don't know if anybody around me told me, well, do whatever you want. It's everybody's own decision. But I already know what my decisions are, and they're vastly different from what Hollywood people have been convinced of. Like I said again, I go with a lot what Hulda Clark's work said. She's documented a lot of cases of where she's actually cured people of cancer and STDs and other types of problems and parasites and using some of her methods. Probably the best device to be using with her methods is the Parasapramide Plus. And if you want to get a little more technical with the quantum entanglement, the Spooky 2 with the remote rife. And if you want to go back to, like, say, Dr. Linus Pauling's claims, the vitamin C in massive doses. Plus, Dr. Simoncini, Tullio Simoncini, with the baking soda treatments. Baking soda is a very good thing to take every day. Actually, it even raises your oxygen besides the CO2 and the carbon dioxide. It does it indirectly. And that's one of the reasons it's, it's been known as a healthy thing to do, baking soda. But I'm not here to argue with people. It's a matter of, I just say what I'm doing, and if you want to do what I'm doing, fine. If you don't want to listen to what I'm doing, fine. I'm not here to argue with people, not at all. But Angelina Jolie, I think you got hoodwinked. And I don't know what the heck to tell you, but to tell you the truth, some of the stuff that's coming out that's alternative, it's been out for many, many, many years. It's been known and quashed many times over. I don't know what it's going to take to, it's like this. The population doesn't want to be woken up. And on the flip side of it, there's more garbage, or just as much garbage, in the alternative health and medicine, quote-unquote, world than there is in the established, quote-unquote, medicine world. There's exaggerations on the internet about, I know I caught a lot of heat about it, about colloidal silver curing Ebola, and I'm like, well, yeah, sure. There is some things out there you can probably do for first aid that are probably a lot more effective than colloidal silver, but I wouldn't even say massive doses of vitamin C and ozone and melatonin would cure Ebola. It might help, but people want to believe what they want to believe, and that's really what it comes down to. So she made her choice, and that's it. But It's a shame that when a high-profile person like this makes this choice, a lot of people follow, and that could be dangerous. So we always got Putin the cat to set straight the population. He's watching out. So from all different angles, and that's what you really need as a leader, especially in charge of the AMA. Putin the cat. Putin the cat for leader of the AMA and the FDA. Putin the cat will rule and reign supreme, and lead us humans to a new utopia, medical utopia.